Hi, I'm Mike, local Berowra resident. I've got a family, Mel, Emily and Jake, and we've lived in the local area for the past 5 years. What it was for us was, I feel like four of us were thinking that there's more to life. And we thought to ourselves, well, we've got St. Mark's on our doorstep. We've driven past it 100 times, before. Why don't we pull in there and actually have a look? And that's what we did. So the following Sunday, we walked in, as strangers, feeling a little bit sort of, humbled by the process. When we came through for the first time, one of the big impressions that we had is that we mattered. Straight away, we were just struck by this welcoming, people throw their arms around you, and there's not many times these days where people actually say, hey, I haven't seen you before, I think you're new. In society, we're all going past each other as strangers and different things like that, but when the strangers sort of recognise you and actually say, hey, are you new? It'd be great. They introduce themselves, and we went from that from day one. We just really enjoyed it. All of a sudden, it became a reserved point of the week to come to St. Mark's and to come and see friends. Jake and I came and we did the Discover course together, and I think one of the reasons for me wanting to come is I was really intrigued to understand more, and I felt like if I really wanted to dive into Christian faith and actively living Christian faith, I needed to understand it more. And so for me, that's why I was really interested to go to the Discover course and understand more and meet other people and listen to many questions that came from others who were also grappling with the toe in the water or diving in. What's it going to be? And I think everyone was sitting in the room making decisions for themselves about their own faith, and they were weighing up, which way do I go? So it was an amazing course, and I really recommend it. For me, I was just going through life, thinking that I could be a good person and be good with others, and I thought that was a way of living. And for me, it felt like I was getting by. What I learnt through was the option he or the option me. And when I understood the option he, what did that mean? And it was only then did I understand that it was through the grace of God that Jesus died on the cross for our sins, so that would actually ensure that forgiveness that we have is something that can allow us to ultimately have a life with Jesus in heaven. And I didn't understand that as growing up, the importance of the crucifixion and with what was it really doing, that didn't distill down to me, that I wasn't getting the messages. Pretty slow, but I wasn't getting the messages, and it wasn't until the Discover course that I found that through a life that we could never lead, to actually be good enough to actually be in a kingdom with Jesus, it's impossible to do. And it's only through the forgiveness of Jesus dying that enabled us to get forgiveness for our sins. And I hadn't been aware of that at all. I felt like it was a bar that was too high. To live a Christian life is just, it's a PB that I can't live up to. I'm just human. But through that, it's shown me that every day we can seek his forgiveness. We can have daily prayer and conversation. And one of the big things that I found through the Discover is that you can put your challenges in life to Jesus and seek his comfort. And it was only through Discover did I find any of this information out. And I'd come home from Discover in a buzz. Oh, this is what we went through and things like that. And it was enlightening and it was inspirational, and it gave me so much positive energy. And then I opened up a Bible for the first time. I hadn't really been reading Bibles. And straight away, it becomes an education. It becomes a passion. You can actually put your challenges out to God and your gratitude to God and have daily conversations, and Discover opened that up for me. So I wouldn't be afraid to recommend someone to come along, because they'll learn so much more about themselves. It's a conversation around perspectives. It's a conversation around, what do I want my life to be? What do I see as a good life? and it's a great way to connect with other people. So, and you would do someone a favour by bringing them along, and they would definitely be thanking you after the 6 weeks. I had a corporate golf day, and I haven't played golf since the last corporate golf day that was many years ago. And I was playing at really difficult courses in Sydney with people that are passionate golfers, and driving along in the morning, early morning, driving down to the golf course, I thought to myself, wow, I've got so much anxiety, I've got so much nervousness that's all of a sudden has come because now's the moment, and different things like that. And then I reflected on it, and 5 minutes later, after thinking about it, I thought, what do I have a problem with this? I have a relationship with God. I put my trust in God. I couldn't be in a more amazing relationship, and yet I'm worried about something that's so small in life when I've actually got a relationship with something that's so amazingly large. But I wouldn't have done that before having Discover and before coming to St Mark's. I wouldn't have ever imagined that I would approach a problem in that way and then feel so comfortable immediately that I actually had inner peace, knowing that I'm in the best relationship possible.